Honey, more interviews are coming. We're live on location. Finish the sentence for me. Frolic Weekend feels like
Home.
oh.
Love.
Elaborate.
It feels like everyone's willing to smile at you, have conversation, talk to you. Heaven.
Lots of celestial energy. The power of three will set us free.
Taste the Rainbow is awesome. I love it.
Feels like a family reunion. It feels like this space where I see you and you see me.
We see each other.
It is a Black gay mecca. It is truly a homecoming where you see people who look like you, who will love on you, no matter what you look like, no matter where you're from, no matter what's in your pockets. You are loved here and you're welcomed here and celebrated.
Know that.
Boy, guess what?
All right, boys. Hey, boys. Boy, guess what?
Hey,
What?
what?
We have our first guest.
Oh my gosh! Yay!
So our first guest is going to be from Frolic.
Love
His name
it.
is Lamb, and I don't know if you guys know Frolic is like they do groups of travel with gay men of color, but like Lamb can go ahead and explain all of that. Um, but I'm excited because like yay!
I've been hearing a lot about Frolic, so I'm actually excited to hear more. I haven't gotten to
Yeah.
experience it yet, but I feel like after this, it's gonna be like, okay, it's mandatory to experience a
Yeah,
Frolic.
yeah.
Uh,
Um,
I know you've spoken to me a little bit about it in the past, Bronson, and I think it sounds like a great idea and experience for queer people to be able to take part
yeah, that's what I'm saying.
of.
I think what they're doing is beautiful. I know it started off a little bit smaller than what it was, but then like, now it's this big thing and they're like hitting a bunch of cities. So it's going to be it's gonna be something else. So I'm excited for sure. All right, guys, here's
I'm sorry, did I mess it
Lamb.
up?
Welcome, Lamb.
Yeah.
No, you're fine. You're
No,
fine.
you good. You
Hi,
good.
Hi.
So welcome to Boy Guess What? Obviously, it's all about real talk and real laughs. Marcus and Davon are my best friends. And literally, we started this just on a whim of just talking about stuff. But we wanted to bring you on because I'm familiar with Frolic. I've not been to any of the events, but we love what you guys are doing in terms of bringing our community together, especially men of color together. So we wanted to go ahead and obviously like help promote in that way, but also like talk about the brand and like where it came from and all of those things. So if you want to introduce yourself, what you do at Frolic and all that stuff, and then we can, go on our questions.
Well, hello. Thank you so much for having me. I am so honored that you all reached out. It really means a lot. My name is Lamb. I am the CEO and co-founder of Frolic, and this is my job. This is what I do for a living. I help to bring people together and make sure that joy is in the place and that folks are able to live their true and authentic selves in their queerness and in their fullness.
I love
Love
that.
it.
I
Love
Nice.
love
it.
that.
Nice.
All right. So we're talking about Frolic. Again, an amazing event that you guys have been putting on for how many years now?
This will be our seventh year. It's hard to believe.
7 years.
Really?
Wow.
I know.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, for people who may not know what Frolic is in terms of like the program, like what would you consider it to be in your own words?
So Frolic Weekend is a 6-day getaway for queer and trans men of color. It's located in the heart of Provincetown, Massachusetts, which I call the gay capital of the country, really. But particularly in the Northeast region, that is where a lot of queer folks go to travel, vacation, and we wanted to build space out there for us as well. So for it to be 7 years running, We consider it a blessing, but also just a really great way of bringing joy.
That's
Okay.
beautiful.
And so,
Yeah.
Providence, so it started there originally in Provincetown, like that was like where the first event was, or okay.
So what we
And
realize is that Provincetown has a lot of different themed weekends, but there wasn't one for men of color. There was one
okay.
for women of color, and bears and all, like so on and so
Mhm.
forth. But there was nothing for queer men of color, and so we decided to put it on. After a couple of years of doing community work in Boston, we realized that we built a good enough sense of community trust where we were like, okay, well, let's do an experiment. Let's try something out. Let's see how our audience would engage with this. And so we threw out the idea, and about for the first year, about 100 people came through, which I was like ecstatic about. So,
Okay.
yeah.
and that was just a 3-day event, or like, yeah, 2.5, Friday to Sunday, and then going about your business. But yeah, I threw together some flyer on Canva or something, and people came, so we were really happy. Um, and to see it grow now to something where it's yes, there are parties, but there are so many different kinds of events, like panel discussions and a boat cruise. There's a singles mixer, a couples mixer, all kinds of mixers. It exists there. We had a film screening for the first time last year, and now it's upgraded to a film festival. So there's
Yo.
we do a lot of development and making sure that there's everything ain't for everybody, but there's something for somebody at Frolic Weekend.
Okay.
That is
Okay.
Mhm.
awesome. Um,
Yes.
I have a question, Lamb.
I have an
You have a
answer.
very nice smile, by the way.
Thank you.
I'm not flirting. We're just giving compliments,
Listen,
okay?
and I receive it.
What was the original feeling or gap you wanted to fill when creating this?
Well, I think it really relates to how things were grown out in Boston, where I knew a lot of queer men of color in the area, but I realized that they didn't know each other. And so it clicked
Mhm.
to me that there needs to be a central location where folks are gathering and and meeting each other. And so what started off as a bar takeover with about 30 people then grew to 40 and 50 and so on. And it was just a really it was really significant in showing that there was a missing part of the puzzle, and I wanted to
Mhm.
solve that. And I think Frolic Weekend does something similar too, where there are folks who might be in, it- all over the country and all over the world. We have international attendees who come through as well. But there is something that's missing. There's a connection that's missing. There's a sense of belonging that's missing. And what they're able to find is that when they come to Frolic Weekend, uh, a lot of that is restored, a lot of that is found, a lot of that is discovered. And it's a beautiful thing to see live and live in color. Especially
Yes.
what usually does happen is people who live in the same city end up coming to this remote part of Massachusetts and finding out that they live just down the street from each other. And
Yeah.
Mm.
they're able to bond over that. They're able to dive deeper into what that connection could be. And so there's a lot of magic that happens when people are, are able to know that there's something that's missing and go to something that might be challenging, something that might expand their horizons, and then find what they're missing there. So yeah, I think that's the kind of magic that happens.
Yeah, and that's I feel like that's so important, especially in this day and age that we're in, where us as queer men or black men of color, whatever you want to call it,
Yeah.
we're finding ourselves, we're being more confident in ourselves, we're being more confident in the spaces that we're in. We're no longer hiding. And so it's so important to find a space to be that with other men of color. So
Hmm.
I think that's awesome.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yes. All right. So that actually just raised a question in my mind. So Frolic started out as something different than what it has become. What inspired that evolution?
Oh, yes. So we began as Men of Melanin Magic, and I want to give a big shout out to Andrew Rayner, who came up with the concept of Men of Melanin Magic in Boston.
Hey,
All in
Andrew.
about
Yes.
10 years ago in 2016. And from that point, we have been able to, I, along with my co-founder, Stephen Hatton, we've been able to really develop and evolve, which I think, well, to simplify things, I mean, brands do that. And I think it's important, just even as individuals, we find that it's necessary to keep growing and being exposing yourself to newness. And so what we wanted to do is create something that was reflective of the audience that we were growing at that point, where yes, we did start off with uh, real emphasis on queer men of color, but through our different engagements within the community with starting nightclub residencies, you're engaging way more than just this subset. And so we wanted to create something that was uh, really reflective of everyone. And so that's where frolic came to be. And it's a word that is queer in itself. You might hear the word and you're kind of familiar with it, but it's not really
Mhm.
used so often. And but it also emits that feeling of joy, that feeling of playfulness, that feeling of curiosity,
Mhm.
where
It's very
yeah, there's a lot of freedom in there. There's a lot of liberation, and so that is the core emphasis that we bring to all of our events. We say that if it doesn't lead to joy, then we have no business doing it. And
Period.
so when you think of frolic, or what I want people to think about frolic in general is that we're making queer joy easy and accessible for queer and trans people of color.
Yes, I love that. Come on.
Yeah.
It's got like this whimsy vibe. Like
Very that, yes.
Yes.
That's what we
Yeah,
want you to
yeah.
clock into because listen, the world gives us so many reasons to distance ourselves from whimsy, to make it seem as though it's weird or you're corny or you're cringe when it's fun. And you get to really
Yes.
discover and have a different sensation of yourself that you don't get a chance to do that. If you're stuck in your
yeah.
9 to 5 or all the other things that stress us in this world. It was just tax day yesterday. And so
Right.
it ain't nothing whimsical about
Looking.
taxes.
And I filed yesterday.
Okay.
Thank the Lord Jesus.
Yeah.
We
So
saved. We survived. We made it.
so that's what we want
Okay.
people to tap into. That whimsy that lives in all of us.
Okay.
And shout out to Sean Anthony
Yes.
with that trending viral video of, you need some whimsy in your life.
And some of y'all need more whimsy. You gotta be more whimsical. Okay? Do something silly. So goddamn serious all the time. You see the world's on fire, bitch. Be whimsical.
Yeah. Like, come
Yes. I
on,
think
live
we
a
all
little.
connected with that. We all
Yes.
connected with
Yes.
that. And you know
Mhm.
who I thought about? I thought about Marcus when I saw that. Because I'm like, Marcus out here
Uh-huh.
with his
Uh-huh.
mermaid tails and his wings and cosplay. And I'm like, we need more of
Literally,
that.
last
Yeah.
year, our theme was summer camp, and for our pool party is the biggest event that we have, it's the highlight. And we had somebody come in a mermaid suit and was just sitting by the pool, just lounging in mermaid splendor, and it was beautiful. And
Yes.
and felt confident and comfortable enough to do that because that is the kind of
Yeah.
environment that we develop and at Frolic Weekend.
I probably know them. You can tell me the name offline.
Ah, you got it. So we probably have been on here maybe 10 minutes and we've said queer men of color probably like 100 times
Yes.
already.
If this was a
Why
drinking
is
game,
that important to center Frolic around queer men of color?
We really believe in coexistence and for all of us to have our uh, for all of us to be represented as queer men of color. And so what you'll find in at Frolic Weekend is a rainbow of joy, a joy that is a broad spectrum. And so, yeah, it's really important for us to cultivate that space where so many of us can be together and learn and grow and share. And I think that is where our the beautiful nature of our community comes to life when we're able to see across differences, when we're able to uh, have those conversations and that we would not necessarily have on our day-to-day basis. And to really bring to life a neighborly sense um, of you exist in this world, I exist in this world. How can we better connect with each other? How can we better learn about each other? And how can that help us as individuals uh, be better, do better, live better amongst each other?
That is so good. So we're putting this thing together, we're men of melanin. And then Frolic comes around. When did it become this point where like, okay, this is bigger than what it is? And we need to literally like we need to get a team in. Like, when did that time come where you're like, okay, this is bigger than what it is, that we need to just go ahead and like really elevate this program? At what point was it like year one, year two, like where you're like, all right, this needs to be a 6-day weekend and a whole event?
Yeah, so it's I think this is like around year 2. Yeah, that's when we started to add a little bit more to the team. So the first
Mhm.
year, it was just me and Steve. That was 2019, and, oh, when we were finished with that Frolic Weekend, the ideas were just populating. We were like, "Oh my god, so we're gonna do this, we're gonna do that." Listen, we had booked Saucy Santana for the next year, because
Okay.
that
Ah,
was right when Material Girl was out. Yeah,
yes.
so we was like, "We gotta make this hot." So we booked Saucy Santana, and, a local artist in Atlanta, Eli Liberty, and we were ready, and, we had planned the whole year for what it would look like, and then pandemic. And
Uh,
yeah, so doom and gloom and all of that, and, I was sad, y'all. Like, that hurt me deep because it was, like, the first time that I had really put so much. Because after the first one, I was like, "Oh, I can do anything." And,
right.
uh, so yeah, and so, like, I was really putting all my effort into it, but anyways, so 2021 rolls around, and it seems as though restrictions are being lessened for, COVID and everything, and so it was around March, and, my roommate then at the time, who's now the executive producer for Frolic Weekend, his name is Ronnie Smith. He we had gotten a message, or I got a message from this group in New York, uh, Moonlight Men, and
Mm.
one of the leaders was like, "So y'all not gonna do this no more?" I'm like, "We're literally just like coming out of the depths of a
Tugged on your
pandemic,
wig.
and this is not the first thing on my mind." And
Right.
I was just going back and forth, and Ronnie was able to convince me. It's like, "No, like we can do this, and I can help you." And I've been in this industry for a while, and there's a lot of times, I should say, that people will be like, "Oh, I could help. I could do this." And
Hmm.
sometimes people just say things just to say things.
Lip
And
service.
but when I tell you, this one did, he was on the computer, he was making calls, sending emails. And I'm like, okay, let's see about this. And so we threw it together in 2 months, and about 300 people came out that time.
Oh,
And
wow.
yeah, but we had to be really creative then because we couldn't use any of the actual standard venues. So
Right.
we did things in restaurants, we did things in homes. It was and parking lots. it, it was very
Woo!
Frankenstein, but it was fun. Um, but yeah, after a while, we were like, okay, well, we need more hands on deck. And so we started to get volunteers. Then, after we did something with the city of Boston to put together uh, its own pride, um, we just kept growing organically and brought people onto the team. It was never a time when we were like, okay, we're putting out applications and, we're going to review. It's just been people who I had worked with over time who showed that they were really down for the cause and up for the challenge.
Okay.
So, yeah, so now we have a team of folks who live in P-Town who are staffing the events along with some locals from Providence in Rhode Island and Boston to come through and help us keep this thing a well-oiled machine.
I know that's
Yes.
right.
You know you created something special and needed when you can survive the pandemic.
Okay.
Yeah,
And then people are calling you, man,
absolutely.
Yeah.
like, girl, what's up?
Yeah. Yeah. I that is awesome. I'm glad that you guys are still here and growing stronger even afterwards.
Thank you.
Yes.
Yeah, it's amazing to see
Yes.
that now that we're coming to our 7th year, um, we're on track to have at least the same amount of people that we have from last year, which was around 1,200 attendees. So
Mhm.
from 2019 with 100 folks and who just, rolled the dice with us and took that leap of faith. It's funny now that our theme this year is jackpot because one, we believe everybody who comes to Frolic Weekend it leaves a winner, but also
Come on.
it is reminiscent of the first folks who rolled the dice with us and took a gamble, and now Frolic Weekend is what it is.
That is
I know that's
awesome. That is so
right.
awesome.
Yes.
Yeah.
So, Lamb, seeing a team made up of black and brown people stands out in a good way, in the best way. One, was that intentional? And two, how do you think that impacts the way people experience Frolic and feel within the space?
Oh yeah, that was definitely intentional. Even though it's organic and it happened over time, I wanted to make sure that our leadership was representative of folks who they would be engaging or who we are engaging as Frolic. And so it's also very significant when it comes to Frolic Weekend or just any of the events because I really believe that this is the only time when the trickle down theory from economics really works, where it starts from the top. The
Yeah.
vibes that all begins at the top and it trickles down. That is
Mhm.
how you create a very vibrant and welcoming and engaging and accessible community and vibe. It all starts at the beginning. Who is leading this? Who is cultivating
Mhm.
this? Who's developing this? That is important because that is how that is the ethos and from which this idea, this concept is being actualized. So um, yeah, it was very important that not only is the team representational or of, just features, physical features, but what's happening inside? What's your vibe? What are you bringing? Not just to the table, because you got to carry your weight too, but what are you bringing in terms
Right.
of your own joy, and how you express and share that with people around you? Yeah.
Yes.
hmm
Yeah, because I know for me as a Black queer man, I want to know who's in charge, right?
Yes.
Are they Black
Right.
and are they
Do they
queer?
understand us?
And
Right.
Because I know what I'm getting into if I know that.
yeah, but then also, but that's sometimes that's not even enough. Like, what, how do you move through life? Like,
Mm,
that's important to me as well. Like, what do you
mm-hmm.
stand for? And
Yes.
what do you stand against? What are things that you are vocal about? Because you can be a, y- a Black queer man like myself and put together an event and say, but who are you? And what because to me, that really helps to bring a sense of purpose that people connect to. People don't necessarily connect to the what. There are a lot of events, there are a lot of things that people can go to, but why? Like, why is
Yeah.
this so important to you as a founder to create this kind of community? And now that you have people here and they are pretty much within your purview or I guess under your care, how are you making sure that they know genuinely that they are safe, that they are cared for, and that this is a place where their joy can thrive?
Love that.
My
That's beautiful.
goodness.
Yeah,
Yes.
that's the
That is so
soundbite.
So,
important.
come on,
Yes,
soundbite.
Yes.
So, Frolic Weekend is more than just parties. You have mixers, panels, workouts, etc. How intentional is the balance? Like, how intentional is the balance created for each each part of the weekend?
Yeah, like I say a lot, everything ain't for everybody, but there's something for somebody. And so we definitely want to bring balance because that's who we are as people as well. We not just party, 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 club, bus, plane,
And leather every night. No sleep. Bus, club, another club, plane, next place. No sleep.
Now, don't get me wrong. I like having me a good time as well. But there's
Right.
way more to me than just that. And so that's why we want folks to have civil discourse. That's why we want folks to have mixers where they can engage each other in a very informal, casual setting. That's why we have a film festival because there's a lot of talent within our community that needs to be exposed, that needs to be brought to the light. Um, that's why we have fitness and wellness programs because that's important. Um, we need to build up that stamina if you're going to be partying all night. But
Okay.
but it's just important for our complete well-being. So when you think about frolic in general, and by extension, Frolic Weekend, we want you to think about this joy as comprehensive. We want you to think about this joy as holistic. We want you to think about this joy as human. And we're taking into consideration your full self, not just the part of you from 10 p.m. till the after hours times. You have a life that is so much more expansive than just that. And that also needs to be celebrated. That also needs to be uplifted and that needs to be thriving as well.
Are you a queer man of color looking for your next travel destination? Well, whether you're going solo or with a group, I have something for you. It's called Frolic Weekend. Frolic Weekend is a 5-day celebration of joy for queer men of color located in Provincetown, Massachusetts.
All right.
Hmm.
All
Which
right. So Lim,
question?
so frolics exist in a space like Provincetown, which is queer, right? But it's predominantly white. So I've been to Provincetown. My husband is a white man, but I'm still, I'm pro black. Yeah, I don't play about my black folks. But my first time
Hmm.
going there, like my first vacation with him was my introduction to P-Town. And I walked in, I was out like, I don't see any of us
What is
here.
going
What is
on here?
happening? Like this is but what I always tell people, I would go to P-Town before I would go to Fire Island because I felt like P-Town was it was easier to navigate in those spaces and feel a little bit more comfortable than I say Fire Island, which I feel I've done it once, I would never do it again. I just don't feel included. I don't feel any of that like good energy there when I do in P Town. So I say that to say this. How does that context shape the experience going to a space that's like predominantly white or considered predominantly white?
Yeah, so for me, I answer it with 4 words. We deserve nice things. And
Yes. And a
period.
period, and
Well, that's
that's
5
that.
words. We deserve nice things, period. And Provincetown is a beautiful place. You have the
Hmm.
beach, it's a very quaint vibe. Commercial Street, which is the main street where there's stores, restaurants,
Yeah.
galleries. For Frolic Weekend, you're walking up and down Commercial Street, and it is a buzz with all of the attendees, and it is just flooded. You see your girl sees you, and there's
Yes.
laughter, there's kiki and carrying on, and there's just this explosion of joy. Um, but I do understand the context in which this event takes place. And I also think that this is part of the work that is uh, resistance. This is part of the work that
Hmm.
is liberation and also taking up space. Uh, and P Town as a city needs to see that this can be different, and that and to witness our joy. We're not doing it for an audience, of course. We're doing this for ourselves. But this is a takeover, and
Mhm.
baby, when I tell you,
Mhm.
it is fully taken over. We are
I
everywhere,
love
all up and
that.
through that place. And it's really based on the perspective that we deserve nice things too, and we're gonna enjoy it.
Yeah. Yeah, I heard that. I heard that. And y'all picked the best place. Like I said, I feel like it's a little bit more welcoming there than I've experienced in other places that are like predominantly white spaces. And so yeah, like
Mhm.
it's a
And
great
I do want
choice.
to Yeah. I also do want to give a big shout out to the Jamaican community in P-Town. One thing you don't know,
Mm,
or not a lot of people know, is that there is a large contingent of Jamaicans who live and work and make that
Mm.
city run.
yes. Yep.
And
Really? I didn't know
yes, so a
that.
lot of them hang in the balance of being in the background. So they're in the
Yes.
kitchen. They are, hands on deck. Uh, in those capacities. And when we are there, there's something that resonates with them where they come out and want to be a part of the vibe. I think a lot of folks, a lot of the Jamaican community, and there's all other populations too of color. And so when we come through, I think it brings even more of a vibrancy to P Town for its residents. So shout out to the
They feel
Jamaicans who
seen.
be making that good food. Oh my God. But also, yes,
Yeah.
for the great work that they do, and they do feel seen, and I think that's important as well. So we're doing a
Mhm.
good
Yes.
service, not just for folks who are coming in and adding to the tourism economy of P Town, because we have a big economic impact. We did
Yeah.
some surveys and collected some data. We are adding to that economy by a lot, but also to its own society that exists there too. So shout out to that community.
Oh,
Yes.
shout out to
Yes.
the Jamaicans.
Mhm.
Yes. Eat some rice and
Well,
peas after this.
Okay,
oh my
and
goodness.
celebration.
uh, well, speaking of being seen,
Yes.
how do you maintain safe space energy while also welcoming everyone?
Well, it's really important for us to have community guidelines and for folks to have a prior understanding of the environment that we are building and that they're entering. So we want to make sure that folks know that if you see something, say something. It's not
Mm,
cliche. Uh, People say it for a reason. Um, also, if also come into the space with the understanding that if you are not a queer uh, or trans man of color, this space does not center you. This is not necessarily for you. Um, you can be in the vibe, adjacent to the vibe, near the vibe. But don't you go to that DJ talking about, oh, can you play this? Don't you go to some attendee and be on some foolishness? Uh,
You are
because
a guest here.
like
You are a guest.
you are a guest, and we expect you to carry yourself and govern yourself accordingly.
That
So
We're not gonna
part.
hear
so yeah,
Ophelia Taylor
we
Swift tonight, baby.
like no. Do you know where you are? Well, you are in P-Town, but do you know where you are?
Yes. Yes.
um,
Come on
Right.
now.
yeah. So you're welcome to be our guest, but act accordingly, govern yourself accordingly, um, and everything still just connects to um, decency and order, and making sure that everybody feels safe, because that is the foundation upon which we can really have fun. That's the foundation upon which we can really connect with each other, and so it's really important for us to have those community guidelines uh, disseminated before it happens. Another thing that also extends the Frolic Weekend vibe is our WhatsApp group. It runs 24/7. Um, Before Frolic Weekend, throughout the whole year, people are talking about Frolic Weekend. They're either giving tips and just different advice, and also just talking about uh, they're remembering memories, but then also it's the way in which they speak with each other and uphold each other. That's another way that we make sure that that safe space energy continues throughout, well beyond um, the parameters of Frolic Weekend.
Love it. That actually
Mhm.
segue into my next question, if you like to expand on it,
Hmm.
because you've been doing this for 7 years, so I'm sure you've heard and you've experienced this. But what conversations are happening at Frolic that doesn't happen in everyday Black queer life? Feel just a little bit. It's just a little bit of tea, just a little for
Oh, you
us.
want tea? um, well,
I mean,
honey, I am
listen,
Sometimes,
the
sometimes
kettle.
we turn the
So,
heat up just a little on
right.
here. We
Listen, if
gotta
you
have
want to
just a
talk,
little bit.
right. If you want to tell some stories from the Dick Doc that you've seen,
Come
because I know
on.
about the Dick Doc down there in the T
We are
Town.
all about fellowship and community and positivity, but baby, come on now.
I
It's in
do.
our
I love
DNA. Just give us a little
I
bit.
do love to engage in a little information sharing, if you will. But this is how we grow knowledge. But yes,
Absolutely.
you've named it. There's a couple of things that are really cool uh, and add to the conversation for Frolic Weekend. One is the Dick Dock, where there's an after hours cruising spot. Another one that is popular is Boy Beach. It is
Hmm.
very similar to like Black Beach, and oh yeah, I see that smile.
Listen, I just know of these places. I've never been to these places, okay?
We
I don't
will.
know that lifestyle, but
Right.
so it's a little bit of a hike to this remote beach, where uh, the boys get familiar. It's and then, so the thing about P-Town is that the clubs close at 1 a.m. I don't know who came up with that, which disgruntled Karen came up with that. But um, they close at 1, and so then the question that comes to me all the time, "Well, what are we doing after this? What's going on? What's happening?" Um, and so I always tell them, "Now listen, I done programmed from 8 a.m. to 1 a.m. You are a grown man. You telling me that you
Right.
can't find something for yourself to do from 1 a.m.
And
to
some
until what? Till breakfast? Come on now, give me a
And you
break.
ain't found nothing within that time?
That's
Maybe
okay.
I'm just showing my age.
Like,
It's just me being older, but I'm like, what do you mean afterwards? We
like
was here from like 8 to 1. We didn't find
we
anything in
done
between
had
that? Call me tomorrow.
we done had a speed date
I'll
in
see you
this.
tomorrow.
We done had a mixer here, a party there, and you ain't found something to you know get yourself busy with. I just don't understand. But being the community leader that I am, I was like, you know what, the girls need help. And who else gonna help them but us? So we
Yes,
made a
yes.
separate chat in the WhatsApp group for after. So if somebody's doing something, they could just post it
Oh.
in there. Yeah, and yeah, so that's the thing. We also have a virtual dark room. So another way for people to get accommodated with each other or acquainted with each other, I should say. Yes, because listen, again, you have to evolve with the needs of your community. And so we have a main chat, and that is for talking about, oh, girl, I can't, what costume you gonna wear? Da, 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 da. Whimsy. And then here comes it's hump day. And then boom, ass picture. Boom. Well,
All
what
right.
about this? And so, and I always have to like clean it up. And I was like, well, clearly there's an energy here that needs to be released. And so we made a dark room chat. And that thing be to this to this day, Frolic Weekend hasn't even started yet. And it's year round.
So do we need to
Yeah,
be
so
do we have to attend Frolic to be
take a
in the
look.
chat? Or can we just how
Yeah,
can we get
you
in
don't
the
have
chat?
to. Not at all. There's a lot of people who be like,
Okay.
I'm gonna see y'all next year, but I'm in this dark room.
I wanna do my research before I go. So
Research
I
and
need to know what
development.
y'all about.
Yes. What is it giving?
Oh my
So
god.
yeah, the space is for everyone, whether you're coming this year or not. Um, ain't nothing wrong with a little bit of education.
Mm-mm.
Mhm.
Ain't nothing
Mhm.
wrong with a little bump and grind either. Somebody said that.
Well, and he locked up, and for good reason.
Right.
But yeah,
Ooh.
that is
What?
our physical and virtual community. Um, Frolic lives on beyond just the beyond P-Town.
Mhm.
Okay.
All right. Well, back on topic. um, what has been the most powerful or unexpected feedback that you have received from attendees?
Unexpected. Oh, well, yeah, that we needed to add another day because this year was just supposed to be 5
Wow.
days. Because we experimented with 6 days last year, and we were like, "Ugh, I don't know, this giving team too much." And so we made the decision to cut things down. But every year we put out a survey, and because we that's how we grow. That's how we learn from our attendees to gauge, well, what else can we do? And they had so many different ideas, great ideas. And some people even emailed us proposals and slide decks and everything, because that speaks to the power of how people feel so involved and how they can see themselves even further with Frolic Weekend. And we kept looking at it and it's like, there's no way that we can do all of this in just 5 days. We was doing all the math, the calculus, we was like carry the one, and it still wasn't the math wasn't mathing. So
Mm.
we was like, you know what? Let's add another day. And so we whoever had already purchased a weekend pass, we was just like, hey, just add another day on the house. You know, you already did the due diligence of getting it early, because we put tickets for next year on sale during the
Right.
weekend.
Mm.
And so if you're following us on Instagram at Frolic Weekend and you're not there this year, keep following for when the link drops so that you can get that premium price. Um,
Oh,
yeah,
come on.
for
Well, we're
the
gonna be
following year.
ambassadors this
But
time.
yeah,
Boy, guess what? We're gonna have a link on our thing for y'all because we would
please.
love to promote. Yeah, that would be great.
Yes, and
Yeah.
shout out to all of our ambassadors across this country. They have really helped us to spread the word. Because, when I come on podcasts or share, even, as I go around the city of Atlanta, or anywhere, um, I'm supposed to say that this the best time that you're gonna have, even though I believe in it, it's true. Um,
Hmm.
but it's different when somebody else says it. That is the golden part of word of mouth, where somebody who has experienced it, and quiet as it's kept, there's some ambassadors that we have who've never been, but from what they've seen through videos and photos and what they've heard from other folks, they felt so compelled to be ambassadors on their own. So yeah, it's just really encouraging to see.
Love that.
I
And it
love
would be
that.
great to have Boy Guess What as an ambassador and help us spread the word.
I
You ain't even got to
mean, yeah,
twist my
Right,
arm because I'm
right.
You
already
ain't
in
gotta
the
well,
tempt
dark
me with a
room
good time.
chat.
Right. We're already on board.
I'm already in the dark room chat.
Good.
I'm already in all the chats,
You're gonna be chatting it up. We're gonna
and I'm ready for when y'all out here in LA.
Yes, yes, yes. I mean,
Mhm.
we do have a presence in LA. Our executive producer Ronnie lives in LA. And so we do things from time to time. So yeah, holla
Okay,
at you. Holla at us.
we gonna have to connect.
Yes,
Yeah.
absolutely. I would love that.
Yes, we're definitely gonna have to connect. But my question for you is for someone who feels like they don't belong anywhere.
Mhm.
Get a little deep.
It's real.
What would you say to them about Frolic?
I would say that, well, one, you do belong somewhere.
Yes.
And let's start local. Because I'm
Mhm.
sure we can find somewhere for you to plug into, and I don't mind helping you to figure that out. At the same
Mhm.
time, there is this marvelous, wonderful, exuberant event called Frolic Weekend, where if you come, I guarantee that you will have the time of your life. It will be life changing, it will be life affirming, and you will find your people. You will find your circle, and you will find people who want to be in community with you. And you will feel a
Mhm.
genuine sense of belonging because it is true, because you do belong here. And when you leave this place, you won't leave the presence of Frolic. It will carry on with you so that you could then be a light for somebody else who might feel the same way that they don't belong anywhere.
Hallelujah. Yes.
Mm. Lamb,
Yes.
listen, this has been so amazing and wonderful. Final question for you.
Thank you all so much for
What's
having.
next for
Yes,
Frolic?
okay.
What what's next for Frolic? How can people tap in? Obviously, like IG and stuff like that, but like, what's next? The girls want to know.
Mhm.
Well, uh, we always want to continue to grow. We're just so grateful for having outlets like you all to help us to spread the word. And it really is a great way for us to um, really showcase Frolic in its best light. So I definitely want to see even more growth. Because to this day, we are the biggest and largest festival for queer and trans men of color in the country. And
Period.
and I say that with
Yes. Yes.
humility and a lot of gratitude. And we did not get here by ourselves. We have, of course, a great team that is dedicated, and we have a great community that wants to see us thrive. And so yes, growth in those many respects. Um, and yeah, I just want us to broaden the ways in which we uh, broadcast queer joy. And yeah, I don't know. Long live Frolic.
I know
Long
that's
live
right.
Frolic.
Love
Yes.
that. Love
Yeah.
that. Well,
yes, yes.
Lamb, thank you so much, so much for your time. Thank you for
Yes.
providing a space for queer men of color and trans women of color and men of color, everybody in that space. But just thank you for doing the work for the community because again, with everything that's going on, we need that. So we really appreciate you for taking your time out. Our little old, podcast, which we love and
Oh
which
my
we work so
goodness.
hard on so dearly.
Yes.
But just thank you so much for your time and just it
Yes.
means a lot to us.
Yeah, personally, I want to thank you because you've inspired me and you've informed me. I've seen Frolic, but I really just thought it was just another, just a bunch of gays getting together and partying. But it's so much more than that. I wasn't
No,
judging.
no,
I
no,
was
no.
not judging. I was just like,
Right.
oh, okay, we got another, group of gays getting together. They speedos at the pool. But I'm like, oh my gosh, this is so much more than that, and it's so important. And yes, I know you're humble right now with being like the biggest Black queer platform for spaces like this, but talk your shit. You know, that's a huge thing. And it's
Hmm.
it's so it's so needed with us. Like I said earlier, it's like we're coming into our own, we're more confident, we're loving each other, and we need spaces to be able to do that. So congratulations to you and the team on
Thank
all
you.
of your success. 7 years is a long time. You survived the pandemic, and
Mhm.
I can't wait for my first Frolic event.
I can't wait either. It's gonna be amazing. The same guarantee extends to you all as well. And
Yes.
I'm just so grateful. Thank you so much. I'm getting more confident with talking my shit. And
Yes.
because it is a truth that needs to be shared. Um,
Mhm.
at the same time, thank you all so much for having me as a guest. I love the energy and the vibe that you all curate.
Yes.
I feel very welcome. So I have a huge and a deep sense of appreciation for you all. Thank you.
Of course.
Ab- Absolutely. But before we close out, I just want to say that we have a sense of appreciation for you as a young queer man of color, Black man, if
Yeah.
you will,
Strong, healthy
that
black
is
man.
come on,
Right.
somebody. But you're out here doing something positive and you're making connections with people that probably wouldn't have even been able to do that without Frolic or without
Mhm.
your knowledge, your expertise, you curating, you creating. So I'm grateful to speak with you and like learn more about it because I'm a homebody. Just keeping it a buck. I'm a homebody.
Yeah.
But this does sound like it would be something that I would be like, you know what? Let me just throw my mermaid tail and a few little whimsical outfits in a
Yes.
bag and come down for a few days and a bathing suit or I don't
Yes,
know
all of
what
that.
and just enjoy myself. No, but also knowing that I'm supporting a fellow queer Black man in the process, which is something that
Yes.
Absolutely.
we need to all do more of.
Thank
Yes.
you. Thank
Yes,
you.
Lamb. Yes, Lamb.
Yes.
Thank
All
you so much. And
right.
you and anybody from your team is welcome back anytime
Yes.
Yes,
We're talking
you
yes.
want to
tomorrow.
promote. Yeah.
Thank
Anytime you
you.
promote something,
Ah.
anytime something's going on, anytime you have something on your mind and you just want to join, you guys are always welcome in
Thank
this
you.
Yep.
space.
Yes,
Thank you so
yes.
much.